Okay, so here's the second game of that little event. Actually, I drove up with a buddy, and we both came off with minor losses or losses in the first round, so we get paired up together in the second. So yeah, I'm playing against his high elves. So the left side, as usual, I got my single blood crusher, single fiend. I really like the way they work in pairs. They can really they work really effectively with the blood crusher to win the combat or do the damage, and the fiend to actually do the catching of stuff. Um, so that's something I'll probably be using a lot in my tournament armies. And then I have my scouting nurglings. I just have them right here because I didn't really know what to do with them. There wasn't really anything good. He didn't really leave me any space to put them, and having them, deployed forward at all would have made him real easy prey for his eagles. So then I have my great unclean one, and then he's got a blood crusher next to him, and then I have my 28 bloodletters full command with the icon. They have the herald with the armor firestorm blade, and then furies behind them, lightcaster centrally located to take advantage of bubble spells, other bloodletter unit deployed deep, and then I got flamers and a fiend on the far right. So my opponent's he's got 2 eagles behind the building, a unit of 15 archers, 5 dragon princes with a musician, a bigger unit of 24 archers it looks like. He's got a level 2 in there with high magic. He's got the shield of Sapphire and Flames of the Phoenix, I think. And then he's got a battle standard on an eagle behind them, and I'm not really sure what his gear is. I know he's got a ward save of some kind. And then he's got a dragon, a prince on a dragon, and I think he's got the talisman of Loek and like a great weapon and 2-up rerollable armor save, 4-up ward, something like that on a star dragon. Big unit of white lions with full command, a smaller unit of 20 spears, and an eagle. So he gets the first turn, moves the eagle up. I really don't know what he's doing with this eagle. He's just kind of leaving it as easy prey for my blood crusher and fiend, bringing the archers and the white lions around, and he's keeping his battle standard kind of centrally located and close to the dragon, because you really can't let that dragon get involved in combats without that reroll close by. These archers move into the building, dragon princes just kind of shuffle around, and the 2 eagles move up to, again, I don't really know what he's doing with the eagles here, because I have flamers over here, so that's probably not a good place for him. So otherwise, we're looking like that. I think in his shooting phase, he managed to nick a couple wounds off my bloodletter units. Magic, I do a pretty good job of stopping his level 2. His level 2 is really not going to get anything through over the course of the game. Alright, so my movement looks like so. I want the matchups that I want is I want the Great and Clean one to take on the White Lions, and I want my fighty Bloodletter Horde, the one that doesn't have my Battle Standard Bearer in it, I want them to go after the dragon. So otherwise, I move up. I don't want to give away the points for the fiend. So he's hiding in the woods. Flamers are going to pick on the eagles. And then my blood crusher and fiend over here charge the eagle just to pick up an easy 50 points. Everybody else over here is hanging back. I'm giving them pretty long charges. I think the white lions and the dragon need an 11. They both need an 11 to get into the great and clean one. Because I can handle one, but definitely not both. Let's see, close combat, fiend and the blood crusher easily make short work of the eagle. And so we go into the high elves turn 1 or turn 2, and he charges the white lions, and he needs an 11. He gets the box card, so the white lions get into the great and clean one. I think I was just as happy to see him make that charge as he was, because that's a matchup I really like. The dragon also charges either the single blood crusher or the great and clean one, but fails. And you can see in my previous turn I moved my furies up. This is kind of just a gimmicky assassination attempt on his wizard because I don't really have the things that I need to redirect. I can't because they can fly. So there was really not a whole lot for them to do this game. So I just figured I'd, chance it at killing his level 2. So otherwise it looks like so. I think both of his eagles declared charges on my fiend, and they failed it. You can see actually my flamers didn't do a real good job of my shooting phase. They only managed to get one wound through on one eagle. So in his shooting, he continues to nick wounds off my bloodletters. And I think he kills a couple Furies as well, 2 Furies. Okay, so we go to close combat, and his White Lions put a whopping 5 wounds on my Greater Demon, who then manages to kill half the unit. And actually, that was kind of a skewed combat in his favor, because he definitely overperformed doing 5 wounds to my general, and my Great Unclean really underperformed by only killing half the unit, because I had my full attacks. I unleashed my breath weapon and a thunderstomp, so he should have killed a little more, and they should have done a little less. But even as it stands, I'm pretty comfortable with that combat. I like that. I think my chances of finishing off that unit and not losing my general are pretty good. Okay, so in my next turn, I just kind of pull the Nurglings back. There's no sense in giving the Spear Elves a charge. Blood Crusher and Fiend sneak around the tower, and I forgot to mention that I cast Time Warp on my Fighty Bloodletter unit in my previous turn. So what looks like a super long charge into his Eagle BSB was actually very doable, especially with the icon of Endless War. So I declared a charge on his BSB thinking he'd flee and that I could redirect on the dragon, but he held with the BSB, so that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And I just take my Blood Crusher into the flank of the White Lions to kind of take some pressure off the Great Unclean One, because even though I feel pretty comfortable that he could take those White Lions, I might as well try to get them to direct a few attacks of the Blood Crusher just to kind of prevent any kind of fluke dice roll where they do like 7 wounds or something crazy. Furies into the Archer unit to try to kill the Mage, which is kind of a long shot, but like I said, they have nothing else to do. And then Fiend goes up to block the Dragon Princes from getting into my Bloodletter unit's flank, and Fiend, the Flamers are quite happy to just sit right there and shoot Eagles. So overall, we're looking like that. Shooting, I go for the Unwounded Eagle, knowing my chances are pretty good at killing it, so they toast the Unwounded Eagle. And, yeah, I like that. Combat, his archers kill the Furies. Actually, I don't think they killed him. He fluffed his attacks, then I fluffed mine, and then I lost combat and popped from instability because they're leadership 2. So, not a big deal. Like I said, it was gimmicky and a long shot, but Bloodletters make very, very short work of his Eagle BSB. I'm really surprised that he held for that charge and they just overrun into the Dragon, which is a matchup that I absolutely love. That is great. Yeah. Okay, so here's just more pictures of the combat. Okay, so down below, in my magic phase, I end up getting a good Plague Wind off on his Spear Elf unit, and getting some Nurglings out of that. They're facing towards the dragon. They're in kind of a conga line facing the dragon, so I can charge them into the flank and get some more static res next turn. Let's see, down below the Great Unclean One's just slowly grinding out that Lion unit. I'm really liking how that's turning out. That's one thing that a lot of guys think that Greater Demons really have. There's no way that a Greater Demon shines over another Bloodletter horde, but I definitely disagree with that, because things like big White Lion units just eat Bloodletter hordes very easily, but a Greater Demon with the proper kit really provides a good solution to things that Bloodletters can't necessarily handle. Okay, so it looks like in his turn he goes ahead and charges the Spear Elves into the flank of the Crushers. You can see up top his Dragon Princes easily kill the Fiend. Shooting, he just does more shooting into the Bloodletters, and actually I ended up casting the Net of Amontok on his Wizard as well, so he failed a Strength test to cast, so I don't think his Wizard does anything the whole game. So as we go into my next turn, in the previous turn I didn't challenge him out with my champion, the Dragon Rider. I just kind of weathered the storm. This turn I charged the Nurglings and the Fiend into the flank of the Dragon. And then over here you can see I did kind of this bullshit reform with my Bloodletter unit that they're facing the Dragon Princes, so they're not going to give a flank to the Dragon Princes, and then my BSB is also within 12 inches of his general. So this turn I'm going to challenge him out with the champion, and yeah, it's not going to be pretty. He moved the Eagle back, and so I moved the Flamers up just to kind of shoot at the archers in the building, just just to whittle him down, and then I'll probably assault the building with the Flamers to get his archers. Okay, so in the Dragon combat, like I said, I challenged him out with the champion, and with all the static combat res I have for my ranks, my flag, my 2 charges in the flank, and then I win combat handily, and then I have the -2 leadership banner within 12. So yeah, that's pretty much as stacking the deck as heavily as in my favor as you can get. So broke the dragon and caught him with the Fiend. So actually I think at this point, this is how it's looking at the end of the game. I think at this point my opponent just decided to call it. His White Lions are down to 2 guys, so my Great and Clean One's easily going to eat that unit, and then the dragon just went down, so he's got nothing left, really. So he called it, so good victory to the Daemons for the second game. So I'll see you guys at the next one.